Hello students, hope all of you are fine. So dear children, we are doing respiration in plants. So far we have discussed glycolysis, okay, and glycolytic enzymes, okay, and the payoff phase and the preparatory phase. So today we are going to discuss. So in glycolysis we had studied that the energy that is produced is 4 ATP, okay, and 2 NADH, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, okay, and one NADH is equal to 3 ATP. So 2 NADH are produced, so 6 ATPs are produced, okay. So altogether the energy that is produced is 4 ATP plus 6 ATP is 10 ATP, okay, and energy that is utilized during the glycolysis is 2 ATPs. So net gain in the glycolysis okay is 8 ATP, that is 10 ATP minus 2 ATP, okay. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, or we can say TCA, okay. Now the cycle okay, that is the Krebs cycle was discovered by Hans Krebs, okay, and he also won Nobel Prize in 1954. It occurs inside the matrix of the mitochondria. The cycle is also named as citric acid cycle, CAC, okay, or it is also known as tricarboxylic acid or TCA cycle. After the initial product, Krebs cycle is stepwise oxidative and cyclic degradation of the activated acetate derived from the pyruvate. Now, oxidation of pyruvate to the acetyl coenzyme A. Now, pyruvate enters mitochondria through a specific transport protein. It undergoes oxidative decarboxylation to produce carbon dioxide and NADH. Okay, the product combined with the sulfur containing coenzyme A to form acetyl coenzyme A or activated acetate. The reaction occurs in presence of an enzyme complex pyruvate dehydrogenase made up of decarboxylase, lipoic acid, and TPP, transacetylase, and magnesium ion. This step is called, okay, called link reaction, okay, or it is also known as transition reaction or gateway step, as it links glycolysis with the Krebs cycle, okay. So pyruvate plus NAD plus coenzyme A in presence of pyruvate dehydrogenase and magnesium ion, it gives acetyl coenzyme A, NADH plus hydrogen ion plus carbon dioxide, okay. Now acetyl coenzyme A, okay, function as substrate, okay, as substrate entrant for the Krebs cycle. Now it is also the connecting link, okay, acetyl coenzyme, it is also a connecting link between glycolysis and the Krebs cycle. The acceptor molecule of Krebs cycle is a 4 carbon compound oxaloacetate. Now Krebs cycle involves 2 decarboxylation and 4 dehydrogenation, that is oxidation. The various components of the stepped Krebs cycle are, first one is formation of the citrate, okay, or citrate. Acetyl coenzyme A, that is 2 carbon compound combined with oxaloacetate, that is 4 carbon compound, in presence of condensing enzyme, that is citrate synthase, okay. Now citrate synthase combined with the Okay, acetyl coenzyme combined with the oxaloacetate in presence of the enzyme citrate synthase, okay, and form a tricarboxylic 6 carbon compound, and this is called citric acid. Okay, now it is the first product of the Krebs cycle, that is coenzyme A is liberated. Now next we have is the formation of isocitrate. Okay, so the citrate undergoes reorganization in presence of iron containing enzyme acotinase, first forming cis acotinate and releasing water. Okay, cis acotinate is then converted into isocitrate with the addition of water while attached to enzyme acotinase. This result in interchange of hydrogen and hydroxyl group in the molecule. Now cis acotinate plus water in presence of acotinase and iron ion gives isocitrate. Next step is formation of alpha ketoglutarate. Okay. Now isocitrate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation. Now this alpha ketoglutarate, okay, it undergoes now isocitrate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation, okay, and that is in presence of enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase and magnesium ion. A transient oxalosuccinate is formed as intermediate, okay, and these undergoes decarboxylation, and there is formation of 5 carbon alpha ketoglutarate, or that is also known as 2 oxoglutarate. Okay, now NADH, okay, NADH, that is NADPH according to some worker is produced. Okay, so some says NADH and some says NADPH. Now oxidative decarboxylation of ketoglutarate. A third oxidative decarboxylation occur when alpha ketoglutarate is both dehydrogenated with the help of NAD plus and decarboxylated by an enzyme complex alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. The enzyme complex contain TPP and lipoic acid. The product combined with coenzyme A to form succinyl coenzyme A. Now, next step is conversion of succinyl coenzyme A to succinate. Succinyl coenzyme A is acted upon by enzyme succinate or succinyl coenzyme A synthetase. Then thiokinase to form succinate, okay, that is a 4 carbon compound. The reaction release sufficient energy to form ATP in plant or GTP in the animal. GTP can form ATP through a coupled reaction. Okay, now oxidation of succinate. Now succinate undergoes dehydrogenation to form fumarate, okay, with the help of membrane based enzyme succinate dehydrogenase. Now FADH, reduced flavin adenine dinucleotide, is produced. Now hydration of fumarate, okay, a molecule of water gets added to fumarate to form malate. The enzyme is called fumarase. Okay, now next step is the oxidation of the malate. Now malate is dehydrogenated or oxidized through the agency of the malate dehydrogenase to produce oxaloacetate. Hydrogen is accepted by the NADP plus, okay, or NAD plus. Now, oxaloacetate pick up another molecule of activated acetate to repeat the cycle. A molecule of pyruvic acid that enter a mitochondria is completely oxidized to form 3 carbon dioxide in one pre-Krebs cycle decarboxylation and 2 Krebs cycle decarboxylation. A molecule of glucose yields 2 molecule of NADH2, 2 ATP and 2 pyruvate while undergoing glycolysis. The 2 molecules of pyruvate are completely degraded in the Krebs cycle to form 2 molecule of ATP, 8 NADH and 2 FADH. Now, we'll discuss about the difference between the glycolysis and the Krebs cycle. Okay, so glycolysis, it occur inside the cytoplasm. Okay, Krebs cycle operate inside the mitochondria. It is a straight or linear pathway, that is glycolysis. Okay, and Krebs cycle is cyclic pathway. Glycolysis is first step of the respiration, okay, in which glucose is broken down to the level of pyruvate. Now, Krebs is the second step or in the respiration where an active acetyl group is broken down completely. The process of glycolysis is common in both aerobic and anaerobic mode of respiration. Now, Krebs cycle, it occurs only in aerobic respiration. Glycolysis degrade a molecule of glucose into 2 molecules of organic substance pyruvate. Now, the Krebs cycle degrade pyruvate completely into inorganic substance, that is carbon dioxide and water. Now, glycolysis consume 2 ATP molecules for the initial phosphorylation of the substrate molecule, and it does not consume ATP, that is Krebs cycle do not consume any ATP. In glycolysis, one glucose molecule liberate 4 ATP molecules through the substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, in glycolysis 4 ATPs are produced. Okay, in Krebs cycle 2 acetyl residues, okay, liberate 2 ATP or GTP molecule through the substrate level phosphorylation. Net gain in 2 molecule of NADH and 2 molecule of ATP for every molecule of glucose broken. Okay, in case of glycolysis. Krebs cycle produce 6 molecules of NADH, 6 3s are 18, and 2 molecules of FADH2 for every 2 molecules of acetyl coenzyme oxidized by it. 2 molecules of NADH are liberated during conversion of 2 pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme. The net gain of energy is equal to 8 ATP. The net gain of energy is equal to 24 molecule of ATP. 6 molecule of ATP can be produced from 2 NADH2 formed during the dehydrogenation of 2 pyruvate. Now, no carbon dioxide is evolved in glycolysis. Carbon dioxide is evolved in the Krebs cycle. It is not connected with the oxidative phosphorylation, that is glycolysis. Okay, and Krebs cycle is connected with the oxidative phosphorylation. Oxygen is not required for glycolysis, and in Krebs cycle oxygen act as terminal oxidant. Okay, so this is about the Krebs cycle. So let me tell you some points about the terminal oxidant. It is the name of oxidation found in aerobic respiration that occur toward the end of the catabolic process and involves the passage of both electron and proton of the reduced coenzyme to oxygen. Okay, it produces water. Now, the terminal oxidation consists of two processes, okay, electron transport and the oxidative phosphorylation. This we will discuss in the other video.